For decades, Carol Burnett has been admired as one of the warmest, funniest, and most gracious entertainers in television history. Her smile, her comedic genius, and her ability to bring joy to millions made her a beloved icon. But behind the scenes, there was one person she truly struggled with more than anyone else, a man named Daniel Harper, a talented but notoriously difficult writer who briefly worked on The Carol Burnett Show. Although his name rarely surfaces in public discussions, Carol herself later admitted that he was the only colleague she truly could not stand. The tension between Carol and Daniel began almost immediately. The show thrived on creativity, trust, and teamwork, but Daniel approached comedy with a colder, more competitive attitude. While Carol believed in collaboration and kindness, Daniel was known for dismissing other writers' ideas, interrupting rehearsals, and insisting that his sketches were superior. His ego clashed directly with the warm, family-like atmosphere Carol worked so hard to build. Carol tried to give him a chance, hoping he would adjust, but Daniel pushed harder. He questioned Carol's comedic instincts, rewrote sketches without permission, and even criticized her timing, something no one on the staff had dared to do. His behavior created stress among cast members, who quietly voiced their frustration. Carol, being the leader, carried the tension more heavily than anyone else. The breaking point came during a rehearsal when Daniel openly challenged Carol in front of the entire cast. He accused her of holding back the show by choosing what he called soft comedy. Carol, who always kept her composure, finally snapped. She told him directly that comedy wasn't about tearing people down, it was about building something together. The room fell silent. Daniel, shocked that she confronted him so firmly, stormed out. After that incident, Carol requested that the producers remove Daniel from the writing team. It was unusual for her to take such a strong stance, but she knew that keeping him around would damage the spirit of the show. A few weeks later, Daniel was quietly released from his contract. The environment immediately improved. Cast members later said the entire team felt relieved, like a dark cloud had lifted. Years later, when Carol was asked in an interview whether she had ever truly disliked anyone she worked with, she hesitated before finally admitting Daniel Harper's name. She didn't attack him personally. Carol never did that, but she acknowledged that his negativity, ego, and constant criticism were things she simply couldn't tolerate. She explained that the show meant too much to her to let one person poison it. Carol's honesty surprised many people, because she's not someone who speaks harshly. Her admission showed just how deeply the conflict affected her. Yet she also shared that the experience taught her an important lesson. Leadership sometimes requires protecting the people you care about by removing those who bring harm. In the end, Carol Burnett's legacy remains one of kindness, humor, and generosity. And the story of Daniel Harper is just a small reminder that even the most gracious stars sometimes face battles that the public never sees. For Carol, he was the one person she truly hated working with, not out of anger, but out of the damage he brought into a world she built with love.